Welcome, everybody. My name is Beyond Sadistic, and we are the MTGPL, and tonight is our Legacy Fight Night. We've got some exciting Legacy paper action for you kids. With me tonight is Lone Digger. Digger, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing well, thank you. I am excited to watch all these matches.
Awesome. Well, tonight is Digger's first time on stream with us. He's one of our newest moderators. He's an Infect player. He's got a special place in my heart.
Yep.
So welcome, everybody. Digger.
I am glad to be here, and welcome everybody to the stream.
Awesome. Well, tonight, have you seen what we got playing tonight?
I have. It's very exciting. We've got Jamaican Dude playing Turbo Depths. Looks like the green-black list got all the two colors you need, pretty much.
Yep.
And then we've got Verdant on Legacy Grixis Control.
Yeah.
Which is great to see. Love seeing Grixis Control around here.
Oh, absolutely. And we've actually seen Verdant play previously. He's a really solid Grixis Control player, and this is the first time that I've seen Jamaican Dude go. So this will be kind of interesting. I've not seen him play yet, but from what I've been told, he's a pretty fantastic depth player. So I think we're in for a really good show here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good one. Looks like both players are going to move down to 6 here, or possibly further. Hopefully not.
True. Hopefully not. That's always the one thing being a Legacy player you don't want to see is your opening 7 and then again your 6, just completely unplayable.
Yep.
So today being a Tuesday, what'd you do today, Digger?
I called out from work because I didn't really care to work. So I got ready to stream, and that's about it.
Nice. Well, we're glad that you're here. I absolutely love your brainstorm background.
I'm glad it worked out. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, no Cheetos or Smurfs or anything.
Yeah, we had a little bit of problems with my white balance, and it looks good now. My shirt is gray, which is correct. So we're all good here.
Good. So players again looking at their hands, see if they're going to keep their 6s. I think here with the fact that Verdant's on Grixis Control, he's going to have some interruption. Jamaican Dude being on Depths, Verdant may have a difficult time dealing with him. That might be a hard one here.
Yeah, the interaction might just not line up exactly how I want it to. I'm looking for any Wastelands here. My favorite land. I do love it.
Wasteland's a good one. Both players look like they're mulling a 5.
Ouch. Well, at least it's fair. At least they're both together.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Depths, there's very little that you actually need to have that turn 1 or that turn 2. So that's pretty sweet that he's able to do so. Verdant being on Control, he's gonna want to keep that permission, just because of the simple fact that he has no idea what Jamaican Dude's on. So a little less options wise for keepable hands here, but hopefully it doesn't nerf him too bad that he's able to keep up.
Yeah, there is some play here, especially if you're going to go for a Depths and you hit it on turn 2 and then you just run it into a Baleful Strix, then you've got to have the other pieces to get through that and hope that Grixis Control doesn't have a way to stop you from having those other pieces. So they definitely both have game on 5. We'll see if they've got the right game for each other.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Being Grixis, there's a lot more removal, and Depths really doesn't care too much about removal. Granted, it runs Bob, things like that, but it does run a Sylvan Safekeeper to protect. It does run Sajiri Step as a means of protection. But the fact that Marilage is just stone cold indestructible really kind of is going to hurt Verdant there.
Definitely.
But being on Grixis, he's got a lot of tools that are able to him, that he's got available to him that he can use those. So it looks like they're going to look at their opening 7 again here, and or I shouldn't say opening 7, but they're
one of those 7s.
Yeah, their third 7.
See if we can get us a keep here.
Yeah, I love Verdant's playman. The Godless Shrine art is one of my favorites from the new printings of the Shocklands.
Shocklands have some great art. Shame they go to waste on lands that hurt you.
Yeah,
instead you could just play Legacy and have lands that don't hurt you.
Right. All right. It looks like both players are going to keep their 5 here. So, and Verdant's on the play, so he's going to lead us off. I'm assuming he will open with a land.
That'd be a good start. Probably a bad keep if you don't have that. Don't have any other. Yeah, no mana ramp in the deck, so.
Right. Although
Land's a good start.
I have seen it, so that's the
Ooh.
unfortunate side. When you mull, sometimes you get the jitters. You get those weird hands you never want to keep.
Yep.
All right. And our table spotter is going to let him loose. Verdant's going to open him off with a swamp and pass.
And there's the prediction coming true.
Yeah. Thank you for that. This would be a bit of an unexciting match if he was just to lead with nothing.
Yep.
Oh, Thespian Stage opening up. And a Lotus Petal. Crack that. Tap and a bob. Yep. So
good start.
Yeah, Jamaican dude with a killer first turn there. It's going to give him quite a bit of card advantage here.
Or no.
Never mind. Bob's going to eat a bolt.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't leave with too many cards left in his hand, so it looks like Verdant's going to pass it over.
Yeah, we'll see just how important that bob was to make his hand better.
Yep, and it looks like Verdant's Volcanic Island's going to eat a wasteland. Jamaican dude's going to pass it back.
Look at the basics. Yep.
Love those basics. Ponder's a great spell to have here, especially having to mull twice. You already had to burn your targeted removal or your bolt. This gives you a nice look at 4 cards for this churn. So a little bit of card selection here, which is good. He looks like he's going to leave him like that.
Find something he likes.
Yeah, I didn't see him draw his card though.
I think he put them both back right at the exact same time. Just went flat and put them down.
Ponder he should have drawn, but
he put 2 on top and then drew 1.
Oh, got it. Looks like Jamaican dude plays another Thespian Stage. I think at this point I would be pretty much 100% locked in what my opponent's got.
Yeah, 2 stages and just turboing out a bob.
Yeah, it's definitely not an Eldrazi.
Delta pass, leaving it up. Find the colors he needs. Doesn't get wastelanded.
Right. I wonder if that fetch was actually on top. Was one of the things that he wanted.
Could be for sure.
Yeah, gives him another land.
And if he doesn't like the 3rd card, he can get rid of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. This way he can draw, then fetch. It looks like he's going to crack it right now. Wow. So it must have been that fetch was solely what he wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. Jamaican dude with 4 cards. I didn't see him play a land. I think that was just a draw go at that point.
Yep, looks like it. So he's probably looking for more colored sources to do anything at this point.
Yeah, and that's going to be really painful to him just because of the sole fact that everything in his deck requires colored mana sources. Granted, his deck is extremely fast, and I mean it's quite toolboxy in a sense with crop rotation and everything. But that Gurmag Angler is going to hurt quickly unless he's got a way to put a threat on the board here.
It's a hello. Get rid of your entire graveyard. Throw down a Gurmag.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to play a Depths. He needs 1 more land to be able to make a body block that can block that. Interesting thing for Verdant too, he did delve his entire graveyard, so that Ponder could have gave him a fetch just for the sole fact of getting a land and putting that card into his graveyard. So
it's a big swing for 5, and there's the next land. So
right.
You've got Jamaican dude threatening a blocker, threatening all sorts of stuff here.
Right, exactly.
We're just going to throw down a Ponder, see if he can do something here. Looks like, yeah, Jam just let it, or Jamaican Dude just let it through. Didn't want to go for the blocker, didn't want to reveal it to any sort of dangers here, because he can just swing back, crack back, and hit it.
Right. Which is probably a good idea here. Looks like my camera battery's weak.
We'll get through it.
Yeah.
Here's that end of turn shenanigans. Make a copy, remove all the counters from the copy has no counters on it.
Yep.
Get rid of the original one, the legend rule, then the one without any counters triggers, and there's an edict, and all that work goes down the drain.
Yeah, that hurts. That actually hurts a lot. That's going to put Jamaican Dude way, way down. It's going to be really difficult, I think, for him to come back after this one.
Definitely. He's at least got a colored land to hopefully play some of those spells he probably had in hand, but when you lose 2 of your lands, especially the combo pieces, and dig for more stuff. So he'll go find another combo piece here. Looks like the Sylvan Scrying. Hit the land drop, but then not much after that. Or he won't. Look at that.
And he's going to force. Looks like a Tarmac. Thank you for the follow. Hopefully I said that right. I guessed.
Pretty close. I believe it.
Yeah, and it looks like that Sylvan Scrying got forced and he exiled the Jace. So pretty much everything that Jamaican Dudes come up with here, Verdant's had an answer for, and that's really just going to hurt him.
Yep. Those ponders on a mold of 5 were very, very important because he kept both of them on top. Didn't have to go digging for that extra blind card draw. So,
yep, absolutely.
Found what he needed, and it's looking pretty good right now. So that's another swing for 5. Jamaican Dude's at 5 still. One more swing left in him. Can he get there?
Tensei, thank you for the follow, Tensei. Is he going to have an answer for that Gurmag Angler? Looks like a Sylvan Safekeeper. At least it can get in the way.
Yep.
Well, that might save him a turn or not, because there's going to be a K command, and that's going to be all she wrote. Although, technically, I guess he could sacrifice and keep his Sylvan Safekeeper alive, but... Or is it another creature? I don't remember if it's another creature or if it's a creature.
Probably target creature, if I had to guess. I've got it right here, actually.
It's target creature, yeah. So he can at least keep his Safekeeper around, but he is going to have to sacrifice a land, which he does take the stage, so.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's unfortunately going to give him... He's going to have to use it to block, but... That's a rough run for Jamaican Dude, but I think he's pretty much done everything he can. The other mode on K command was discard a card also.
So looks like they're gonna get through that. It's discarded a. Recognize the art in the dark. Is that what is that?
It's Table Spotter said discarded a card. Maybe it's Bob.
Could be another Bob. Oh, that's
Is that Autumn's Veil?
That's Autumn's Veil. I just recognized the art. It's not a black card. Yep, so still on Jamaican Dude's end step here. That black mana, I believe, is still floating, but might not have anything to do with it.
Right.
Verdant's going to fetch here, get up to 4 lands. Probably have something to do if he tries that. 1 card in hand. Just pushing with a blocker.
Yeah, he just went to combat. Yeah, he's going to block. So he's pretty much out of answers here.
Yep.
He's got to put a threat on the board and do something with it. Or he's got to top deck a way to get rid of that Gurmag Angler right now.
thinking he was possibly thinking about a crop rotate on end step. He was flashing the Bayou there, but didn't go for it. Might be trying to use it at a different time. Interesting. Anything he can fetch here?
No, I really don't think he's got an out.
Yeah.
No, he can't. Even if he's Sylvan Scrying for something, it's not really going to find him an answer. If he had an Abrupt Decay in his hand, that's not going to do him any good. I think he's just stone dead here.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to scoop him up. So that's going to take us to our game 2. Verdon is going to take that one. So let's go to the sideboards here, as is Jamaican Dude being on the losing side of game 1. Sideboard wise, he's got 1 Abrupt Decay, 1 Assassin's Trophy, 1 Duress, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, a Heroic Intervention, a Caracas, 2 Leyline of the Void, 1 Life from the Loam, 2 Nile Spellbomb, and 4 Pithing Needles. So what do you think? If you're Jamaican Dude, what do you bring in against this control deck?
Ooh, it's pretty difficult because, you always want Abrupt Decay against control decks because it can't be countered, but all the stuff he showed, that Gurmag Angler and any Grixis control deck has got to play some sort of big planeswalkers that are above 3, so yeah, it can't be countered, but we got no targets. Oh yeah, Jace pitched to the Force, so we've got that at least. So maybe a Duress to clear the way for one of your creatures, try and get rid of some of their interaction. Heroic Intervention, possibly? Are they doing any indestructible stuff?
Yeah. I think Life from the Loam might be a decent one, just for the simple fact of being able, if your Merit Lage is going to get taken out, because you saw an Edict effect, I could see maybe that coming in just to rebuy your lands out of your graveyard, basically.
Yeah, just threaten the combo every turn with the Dredge.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably Pithing Needle. I would say that's probably a good thing to bring in just because you did see a Jace.
Yeah, you saw a Jace, so you've always got something.
Yeah. Pithing Needle's just a really great answer to a lot of different things. Outside of that, why don't you read us off? Do you have the list for Verdon's deck?
I do. So Verdon in his sideboard for his control has 2 copies of Flusterstorm, 1 Hydroblast, 1 Nighthill Spellbomb of his own, 1 Pithing Needle of his own, 2 Pyroblasts, 2 Surgical Extractions, which might end up coming in handy, 1 Onrath's Rampage, 1 Blood Moon, 1 Narset, Parter of Veils. Love that card. Loved that. 2 Plague Engineers, and 1 Toxic Deluge. Toxic Deluge probably not going to be good paying 20 to give a Merit Lage 20/20 to get past Indestructible.
Probably not when you're running things like Thoughtseize and whatnot in your deck.
Yeah, definitely.
I could definitely see a Pithing Needle come in. You can't activate Stage if you.
Yep.
That would be one thing. I could definitely see the Angrath's Rampage also.
Get 1 more copy of another Edict here. That's a good pick as well.
Yeah, and I really like the flexibility on Angrath's Rampage. Just the fact that you can. Granted, it's a black and red card, but it gives you as a black player with a splash of red the ability to force somebody to sacrifice an artifact or a creature or a planeswalker, which I think is really nice because you can't shroud or hexproof away the ability to sacrifice a creature. So
yep. So if his only creature, if Jamaican Dude's only creature is that Merit Lage, not much at all he can do about that.
Right, and just the simple fact that he saw an Edict effect out of the main deck, I think is probably got to have him somewhat worried, because that just how many more does this person have? An Edict effect is a great effect, and there's not a whole lot of decks that play the main deck, but when they do, it always catches somebody just because of the simple fact a lot of people aren't planning, oh, if I only have 1 creature, they probably have an Edict, because a lot of times they don't.
Yep. And in this case, you just essentially have to make your opponent have it, because, well, as we can see, we've got Diabolic Edict as a 1/of in the Grixis control main deck, so
right.
it was pretty lucky to have it right when you did, but seeing extra cards with Ponder you're digging for something that because you know you're gonna get hit with a Merit Lage.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but as for the rest of his sideboard, I could see Blood Moon come in because that pretty much negates a lot of what this deck wants to do also.
Yeah,
But the Pyroblast, I really don't see that. That's not going to do you any good. Flusterstorm, I really just isn't going to do any good. Nile Spellbomb, you didn't see a Light from Loam. You saw no reason to dredge or any source, any sign of dredge. Probably wouldn't bring Spellbomb in, especially as a one of against their one of. It just doesn't seem like it would always line up where you wanted it to. So,
yeah, definitely. What do you think about the one ofs in the sideboards? I'm of the type that when I build sideboards, I try and get as many 4s and 3s in there as possible. Because if I want to bring something in a matchup, I want to see it as often as possible in that matchup. But when you get all those 1s and 2s of 2 ofs and you've got all this dig through your deck stuff like Grixis Control has, you have so much flexibility and you can most likely find what you need.
I think it depends on the deck, honestly. Certain types of decks are suited better with multiple copies and sideboards. But there are other decks like Delver, for instance, which is more suited for a deck with more one-ofs because of the simple fact that it's got such a wide variety of games that it's good at. It doesn't need these super heavy game-changing hitters. It's got little cards that can bring in just to shore up matchups or are a little bit better in certain situations.
Definitely.
But in like a deck like Death and Taxes, you want certain cards as more copies, but other ones are more bolstering what your deck already does. It's just a little bit better in a certain scenario. That's the way I look at it, I guess.
And we're off to a quick start in this one with Jamaican Dude on the play, throws down an Urborg and a Lotus Petal, getting ready to set up on his next stuff, and throws down the Inquisition of Kozilek to start getting rid of some interaction.
Yeah, absolutely. And this shows that it is wide open. There's a Baleful Strix and a Force. So if he can naturally make it out of his land without having to cast any spells, he just has one Baleful Strix that he has to contend with here.
Yeah, getting rid of the Thoughtseize is especially great because he can keep his hand hidden, and whatever his game plan is going to be is completely secretive for now. Well, we know it's going to be Merit Lage, but how exactly he's going to get there, we have no idea.
Right, absolutely. So it looks like Verdant's just going to play a Scalding Tarn and pass here. It's going to leave him wide open. It looks like Stryfo's in the chat.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, Stryfo said he likes sideboard plans that let him change at least 8 to 10 cards in every matchup rather than 4 to 5 in a few. So that would be like transformational sideboard in essence, which is something that I've always been a huge fan of. Looks like
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait till I find one game where I can side in 15 cards. It's going to be beautiful.
Right, absolutely.
So yeah, only change since the last time Jamaican saw Verdant's hand was we got a new K command, throwing down the Thoughtseize to try and get rid of that blocker. Yep.
Right.
There goes Baleful Strix.
And it looks like Stryfo followed up with a lot of small upgrades rather than haymakers, which is I totally agree in that essence. Haymakers tend to dilute your deck or change what you're actually trying to get done, and you never want to change in essence what your deck's trying to do when you're going to sideboard. All right. So followed up with a Thoughtseize. It's wide open now. It's Bob time. Looks like the following draw from Verdant was a K command, so no more Baleful Strix. Verdant's probably just gonna play some land and crack 2 fetches. He's gonna K command him right here.
Yeah, no news. Waiting for it. He sees it coming. It's not a surprise.
Yeah, it's right there in his face. Interesting going and getting duels when you saw Wasteland.
That's a lot of duels.
Yeah, I suppose he's still got. It looks like he's got a polluted Delta still in his hand, so one Wasteland's not going to kill him in essence. But he probably wants to be able to mana fix as best he can right now. Especially, definitely. I mean, Jamaican Dude's on 2 Wastelands also, so.
Yep, so we'll throw down this K command and see what these modes are. I'd guess discard and get the
2.
Bob.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's going to want to try and take him off Bob. He does have a Lotus Petal up, so he discarded a Hex Mage. Okay. I wasn't sure why it went from his hand onto the battlefield. So is this an end step crack the Lotus Petal? Looks like he's going to.
Thinking.
And there's going to be
Crop Rot.
Crop Rot. Yeah. Oh, wow.
One of those secret cards is not the
It's a
card you wanted to
force.
see.
That's unfortunate. Although it did take him off green, but does he have a follow-up land? He's got a stage. So that probably... Oh, there's a Hex Mage. So he had a Hex Mage in his hand. That would have been pretty much it right then and there, because he would have went and got depths, played the Hex Mage, and that would have been it. That was a pretty solid keep there. And there's going to be a Jace. So this is where the advantage is going to start to happen. Also with Jace is going to have the ability. He can... Oh, he's got no cards in hand.
Oh, the Fate Seal has started.
Yeah, he's going to Fate Seal him right here. And although it makes sense, Hex Mage is just going to kill Jace.
See what that was. I was trying to spot it. I think it might have been Leyline of the Void if you brought that.
I think so. I think so too. That's what it looked like.
Probably why I was left on top, because at this point in the game, you're just gonna keep Fate Sealing, take 2 off Hex Mage, Fate Seal, 2 off Hex Mage, and then you'll just keep drawing cards, making sure they don't draw anything relevant.
Yeah. Looks like he's gonna 0 Jace.
Jace Storm here.
I don't know if I would have let him have Jace for another turn. Granted, it's my only threat at this point, but he already Fate Sealed me, so he knew what I was going to draw. He put me at a disadvantage there, but I think I don't think I would have let him keep that Jace. I'm pretty sure I just would have given up my opportunity. I'm sitting with 18 life.
Yeah, just letting the Jace stay around and find more action, especially if find a Ponder, shuffle away those cards you just brainstormed. Jace Storm.
Yeah, absolutely. That or Fate Seal over and over again.
Right. Yeah, Fate Seal, then tick down back 2, and then Fate Seal, and tick down back 2. You're getting nowhere unless you're seeing the line. You can take the counters off. I know that because in the Mystery Boosters, the first draft I ever did, I played a Sorin Markov, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is going to be awesome. And then I just played it while there was a Vampire Hexmage on the field and forgot that it had text on it, other than the Dark Depths combo. So,
right.
Yeah, getting those Planeswalkers is a very, very good use as well if you're not going to combo off right away.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why it was really easy for me to add depths to Mono Black Reanimator, because Hexmage is, another piece of just like almost incidental removal in a Mono Black deck.
Right.
So it works as twofold there. That and there's artifacts that can remove counters from. There's quite a bit. So looks like he's gonna play a Thoughtseize into a Drown in the Lock. Yeah.
Yeah. So that last card is more important than the 1-for-1, anyways, and the 2 life.
Yeah. Where did he destroy Vampire Hexmage and he didn't respond? So he must not have even thought about it.
Oh, in response, he cast the Drown targeting Hexmage. You didn't counter it because the last card in his hand was just a land.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate that he didn't. And granted, I can't say that that it's super secret that she can do that, but at the same time too, it's one of those things you don't actually think about sometimes.
Yeah, especially if you're worrying about, I'm running low on cards, how do I get to the combo? And that's all your deck does. You might just get that tunnel vision and can't find the line.
Right.
a real brainstorm cast this time. After the Fate Seal with Jace, find some relevant stuff, play that land you know about.
Which I'm pretty sure he put that crop rot on the bottom. I didn't actually get to see if he had pushed him to put it on the bottom or not.
Yeah, it looks like it. Thank you, Tail Spotter. Yeah, crop rot bottom. That's what it looks like.
It's going to go fetch a land. And Verdant's in a pretty controlling position here, just with Jace being able to tick up. Granted, Bob's going to be able to attack in, but that Bob is extremely well timed, and that will allow Jamaican Dude to see quite a few more cards, though. Is he hard casting Force?
Oh, wow.
Crap. Never mind. Bob did not make it onto the battlefield. I apologize.
For that 5th land and, hard cast a Force. Sure.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was still on the stack. So this is pretty much going to write it. I think it's going to put it away.
Yeah, 1 card left in hand, getting Fate Sealed over and over again.
Ponder.
And just more and more digging by your opponent.
Right. I apologize to everybody in the chat. It looks like there was some spam going on. And he is going to tick up Jace and Fate Seal Jamaican Dude again.
Yep. Second dice, spot a land.
Bayou.
Yeah. And do we think we let him keep the land? Yeah. Land is better than Indian action.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Oh yeah, especially when next turn you know you're free to swing in with a Gurmag, depending on that last 1 card in their hand.
So now he's got a clock. He plays that Bayou and passes it back. Yeah, I think Gurmag Angler is probably going to just put this game away. Plus he's got Jace backing him up. This is just going to be a slow death here, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got him. And he is going to brainstorm, huh? Yeah. I suppose if you've got your clock, there's no real reason. And now he's got a Liliana on board. That's really bad. So now he's got 2 Planeswalkers that can end the game, plus he's got a Gurmag Angler. I'm pretty sure this is going to be all.
Verdant is checking out the graveyard, seeing what the plan is here. Maybe he's got the sideboard Surgical coming in.
Unless he wants to reanimate something. Or no, you can't from your opponent's graveyard.
Right.
Yeah, this is just a slow. There's a stage. Another land. I don't think it's really going to do him much here.
4 is enough for something.
Yeah.
You don't like having that ley line in the hand at this point in the game.
I'd get rid of it too. If I can cast it, might as well, right?
Yeah. Hard cast ley line. At least you're doing something.
Right. Lily's going to tick up. Jace is probably going to brainstorm. Just gives him more to back up, cover him, and then swing in with Gurmag. 2 turns and it's over.
Land. Fetch. Crack it, get rid of that brainstorm stuff.
Yeah, you don't want that icky garbage. Gross brainstorm. Ugh. Get out of here. Get out of here, lands.
Yeah, all that stuff you've been extra drawing. All those ponders and Jace Storms and even your draw for turn. Yeah, we don't need this stuff.
And there's a follow-up ponder. Verdant has seen so many cards this game.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what Grixis wants to be doing. Just so much card advantage, so many cards, and you see all of your answers. There's another ponder.
So he kept him on top and then played another ponder. So he's seeing 1 new card here,
right?
And he didn't like the second and the third card out of that first ponder plus the third one.
I wonder if maybe he drew the ponder there off the top.
Yeah, it could be.
There's going to be another Gurmit Gangler. Oh, no, he's exiling for Leyline.
Yeah.
Good call. He's going to shuffle and draw. He still hasn't attacked this turn. And I think Jace did Brainstorm, right? Yeah. No, he has not. He's not Brainstormed with Jace yet. So he's going to put Jamaican Dude to 6. And he's got one draw left. What's it going to be? It's a blocker. Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, what do you even...
Yeah, this one I'm thinking about the mana. Just not enough yet. Oh no, you can tap the Dark Depths to itself, or to Urborg.
Yeah, he could actually, with the stage, he could actually get an Urborg, put it into play, and make a Marilage right now.
Since he is at 6, he's got one more swing with the fish. He'll go to 1.
Yeah.
He can make it on the end step to save himself from the Jace doing the...
Fate Seal.
No, the other one.
Or the bounce, yeah.
Bounce, yeah, whichever one it is.
Right.
Any of the bounce spells.
Yep. Swing.
Yeah.
Go to 1. Don't do it. There you go. Don't even think about it. Just let him hit you. I would assume he's probably got an Edict in his hand also, with how many cards he's seen.
After seeing that many cards, you're like, what am I going to lose to? The only thing possible is he gets past the Jace.
Yeah.
Keep all the things. You don't really need a bolt, because if you just remove whatever Jamaican Dude plays, you can just swing in one more time with the Gurmag Angler.
He's going to reanimate that Baleful Strix, isn't he? Wait, what did he just... Did he Fate Seal himself?
You mill yourself twice.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You mill and then you reanimate.
Yeah.
But those are going to go to exile anyway. Those two he just milled. And then he'll reanimate the Baleful Strix. Yep.
So even if he doesn't have the Edict, even if he doesn't have the Bolt, it's just all still there. Put it back in his hand, cast the blocker.
Draw the card.
Make your way through this.
Yep. That's pretty much going to do it. Unless his next turn he draws a Bob. Then he's got a blocker for Gurmag Angler. Although Jace can just bounce it anyway. But I think it's pretty much over here. It's got more to do.
Tapping up 5 here.
Yeah.
Got.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he would be playing.
Blood Moon. Oh,
yeah,
flip some mana.
So he has to do it right here. Although he already brainstormed with Jace also. So in response, he could make Marilage. And he's pretty much going to have to. But he did float mana.
Yep.
So he tapped.
Black-red floating.
Yeah, so he's got Ingress Rampage in his hand, I'm sure.
Oh. So yeah, you force his hand, play the Blood Moon. All your lands are going to be mountains unless you go for it right now.
Yeah.
And then I have all of the ways in the entire world. I wasted my Jace, so I don't even need to bounce it. We just found him.
Yeah.
When you see so much of your deck, you just kind of get there at some point.
Well, that's just it. I mean, just being able to ponder after ponder in a brainstorm, with fetches. I mean, you see so much.
Yeah.
There's a Marilage. And there's the Ingress Rampage.
Beautiful call. Got the black-red floating. You know what's coming.
Yep. And that's going to be it. So that's going to be the end of our round 1. Verdant on Grixis Control takes down Jamaican Dude on Turbo Depths. We are the MTGPL. My name is Beyond Sadistic. Lone Digger's with me tonight. this is going to be the end of round 1, and we'll be back shortly with round number 2 with another game of Paper Legacy. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Stick around.